Greetings, duplicates, to episode 5 of Oxygen, Not Included, Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch. This is coming together, our little washroom here. Alright, I would say the liquid reservoir is just about as full as I want it to get, so let's turn off the pump. Wait for all this liquid to get to the reservoir, and now start to let the sieve and the filter system go, keeping the liquid shutoff off, so that we don't end up with a polluted spill. Now, the thing is, there's another failsafe here. If I do have polluted water here, this pump is also off, which means that the water in this reservoir is clean, obviously, clean and temperate. If there is ever pollution and it's just a small batch of water, I can catch it early and make sure that we don't mess up our clean water. And sanitation is now researched. So now with sanitation, and I'm going to pause the viewer point. No, I guess we can have one more. But let's go back to decontamination, because I wanted to get rid of the polluted oxygen to reduce disease spread and clean up our food and all that jazz. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to pause it. We'll call this extra goal. And let me type up your ideas here for the extra goal. Casey, I'm going to reject yours because I'm nowhere near that. So that's not really like a quick goal. And same with you, Baka. Because again, it's not really a quick goal. So of these 5, it has to be something that is doable quickly and not like the next 10 hours. Which is why I've limited it a little bit. Just so it's a more reasonable goal and not something that will take 2 or 3 streams. So here you can see the food poisoning dropping. The sieve is not really doing anything because all of this is clean water, so it's not actually having to run. The polluter here probably should get swept up often. And we're getting a batch of clean water, which is good. Oh, this should not be a dump for water anymore, so let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. And so here in the bathroom, I'm going to have 2 sinks. And 2 lavatories. I'm going to space these out a little bit if I can help it. 2 labs. 2 showers. So I'm going to back this up a little bit more. I like putting space between them. That way I can put statues in later on. Maybe even have a little bit more room. So I can put a door and statues and things like that. Just so that the decor is high, because the dupes do spend a significant amount of time in the bathroom. So making their brief stay in the bathroom as nice as possible will help them to maintain their happiness as they drop the kids off at the pool. This might be a little too big, so I'll have to figure that out. I can always add ceiling tiles or something like that in if it becomes a problem. And our water filter is slow, but it's working. As you can see, it's basically constantly killing off germs. Okay, adding power generation. So build a washroom and add power generation. So here's the kicker for power. Let me take a look real quick. There's multiple ways to do this. I could do coal. I could try to do natural gas through petroleum or oil. There's also ethanol here, too. There's ethanol deposits that I could do. So, how to generate power? Coal. Easiest. Natural gas. Hydrogen. What else is there? Go back here. Petroleum. Man, I don't think I've ever used petroleum. Just usually natural gas. So, coal just requires coal, and I have a lot of coal already, which is why it's easiest. Natural gas means that I'd probably want to try to find a geyser for natural gas, most likely, or process crude oil into petroleum and natural gas. So, petroleum and natural gas probably goes hand in hand. And then hydrogen is another way to do it if I could find a source of hydrogen or to electrolyze hydrogen. Or renewables like solar, but I don't really have petroleum. I don't have plastics yet, but I could work on plastics. So steam and solar, which would be much later on. So just to let you all know, anything but coal probably means that I'm generating power through a manual process for quite some time, unless I get lucky. So all the other options other than coal means I just work and research to something. So the solar means I have to go to space. The steam means I need some sort of source of heat, like some sort of geyser. But I also will likely require steel and plastics. Petroleum and nat gas means I need to go to the oil biome and start processing oil. And then hydrogen means I need some sort of hydrogen-based geyser. Now, it does look like there's hydrogen this way, but that doesn't mean that there's geyser. So coal is the only sort of like surefire, yes, I will immediately get it and it's no problem source. And then all the other sources require some sort of other research and input. Looks to me like we're just about down, filtering this all. And in either direction, or in either case, I want to start to get power regulation researched. So I'll start working on that. So how big is this? This is 17 by 4. So this is 68 tile, and the washroom can be how big? 64. So I'm going to need to shrink this a little bit, which is fine. And put just another minute left on that pull. All right. The sieve in the liquid reservoir is done. We're just waiting. Oh, it's already clean. Let it rip. New printables. More reeds. A builder farmer who's good at excavating. Operator, farmer, germ-resistant green thumb, electrician for tune-up, but can't construct. Wait, yeah, well, okay. I'm not going to go with a dupe just yet. So coal and hydrogen. All right, so the current priority is power generation with coal and H2. Got it. So taking a look at the temperatures here. Research complete. Yep, jumbo battery, switch Y bridge. There seems to be a colder biome over this way that I might be able to just, let me think. You know what, I could do it here. I'm going to sort of bury my coal generator over here. And just have the heat sort of go nowhere. So why not? Is there a video explaining the Patreon process? What do you mean by that? I do have a part of my website which kind of explains some of the benefits, but it's, I'll be the first to admit, woefully outdated, but here's that page. But if you have specific questions, feel free to either ask here or hit me up on Discord after the stream. So yeah, this is not necessarily a volcano. It could be a geyser too. I don't really know what it is. Well, there is actually a way to exploit that, right? What was it? The priority... Man, I forget. The emergency priority toggle alerts for up here. Oh, for the dig? No, it wasn't that. Well. Man, the things I used to know that I have not. Oh, who's getting stressed? Chemo, you're getting stressed. Why are you getting stressed? Oh, you're not. You're 18/7. You're fine. Oh, you became a patron yesterday but never used it before. I see. I see. Well, join Discord and chat with me later about that. It's the priority for all. It's not Discord. Okay, so that would be all priority 9. How do I see that though? This is the priority. The double alerts. Oh yeah, okay. So this is a leaky oil fissure. Got it. Well, I don't know if that's all that helpful. I mean, your tips are helpful, but leaky oil fissure not so much, unless we didn't vote to go oil. I'll keep exploring. We have a geologically active biome here, so it should be pretty easy to find other geysers. But we also want to finish this up. So this is going to be the, I'll call it 6. And then make 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And this is done. So taking a look at this water, it is all germ-free. Yes. Feel like Napoleon Dynamite doing that kind of yes. All right, pump back on. This is off. This is off. This is all correct. We're good. Why is... Oh, this just hasn't been fertilized. Okay. It's not overheated or anything like that. Come on, build a bathroom. You're killing me. I probably also, in hindsight, probably don't want the throughway to get to the coal through the bathroom. That doesn't really make any sense. So I'm going to just wall this off. So you guys did want a coal generator, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to nest the coal generators here. I'm just going to put a few of them and stick them in the, like, Obsidian abyssalite region over here, where I will likely liquid lock them, and then The problem is to keep them cool. Wow, there's Mafic here too, huh? I don't know. Well, maybe there's a better spot. I mean, that's a pretty good spot. Yeah. I'll just do it over there. Okay, bathroom's coming together. Look at our K-cows. So many pickled meals. And they don't really spoil all that fast, so that's great. My storage is definitely filling up, though. And then the way this is going to work is that this clean water that is in this this liquid reservoir is going to get fed into the inputs of the bathroom. So we'll need a second plumbing run here. Like that. But I'm gonna purposely sever it because I don't have outputs for this, so I'm not ready to do this just yet. And then once we take the showers or use the sinks, that polluted water, germy water, whatever it is, will then get fed to... Oops. Will then get fed to the intake tank. Like that. Maybe not the... Yeah, like that, but like, only sort of. Because then I'll want a directional thing, liquid bridge here, so that it doesn't travel the wrong way. And that's also backwards. Don't worry, I caught that. So, yes, liquid bridge. Like that. So that the water goes and filters. And not the other way around. Green is the output, white is the input. By the by. Why'd we go in there? Why would anyone need to go into that room? So this pump I'm going to turn off because the aquifer or the reservoir is basically full. Someone flick this door. You guys are driving me crazy. Maybe they were dropping off bleach stone, but I don't think I had any new bleach stone, so I don't know why they would ever travel in here. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, I don't care, but it's just strange. Okay, and it's filter time. And then this bathroom's coming together. So let's dig to here, and then up. And then a spot for the... the coal. Actually, I might not even dig up, because that's going to require a lot of climbing. I'm just going to put the coal here. In this spot. Did I find bleach stone? I don't think I should have dug into more bleach stone. Let me make sure that that's not the case. No, it's not the case. There's no, like, leaked bleach stone anywhere or anything like that. That's good. Borngor, thanks for the resub, by the way. Is, what frozen CO2? I don't think anything's cold enough to be frozen CO2 around here, because CO2 freezes at, like, -90 or something. Celsius. What temp? That's off the top of my head. What temp does CO2 freeze? -78 Celsius. I was off by, like, 12 degrees, whatever. Yeah, nothing is that cold on this map tile, so I don't think it's frozen CO2. Yeah, rust is a new way of making O2. You can put rust. Rust is an oxide that breaks down in iron, so in the research here for gases, you have the... Where is it? It's new, so I'm not used to finding it. Synthesizes oxalate. Where is it? Should be in gases, shouldn't it? Well, oh no, it would be in rust deoxidizer. Converts rust into oxygen and chlorine. Cool. Yeah, we'll at some point we'll have to decide how we make oxygen because let me add algae to the pinned list here to make sure that we keep track of when we're running really low on algae, because that's obviously going to be a thing at some point. Because there's a very finite... In fact, I'm out. I'm not, like, out, because I could just dig a little bit more algae, but that's why my insufficient oxygen generation warning is probably on. So we'll have to decide on how we make oxygen, whether it's with rust, if we can find enough rust to do it, and then put that in a room that splits the oxygen and the chlorine so that we don't, you know, pump our base full of chlorine. Or we go some other route. Yeah, this game is deep chemistry. And not in a bad way. But it's definitely challenging. Entombed! What is entombed? Oh, yeah, just a bed. You're fine. So now we have more algae and we can feed the oxygen diffusers. One of the advantages is, because we have such a large base full of oxygen, there's a very generous window before it becomes a problem. Although down here, it's definitely filling up with carbon dioxide, so at some point we might want to... How should I deal with the CO2? Dump it to space? Or carbon skim it using water? One is pretty easy to do. We could just set up a pump, a ventilation pump, gas filter it, and dump it to the vacuum of space. Or we could set up a carbon skimmer to clean it. But that requires polluting water, which is a little bit more power intensive. Either way is fine. So, there you go. You've got, over here, you got 5 minutes to vote on that. It's not going to become an issue too soon, but it's slowly becoming more and more of an issue that we're going to have to address. I could pump it into a future farm, yeah, for the fungal spores. After this poll, I will have you decide on whether we're doing mushroom farming or not. Rare seeds, I guess. Suit wearing, cooking, doctoring, no. Farming, researching, no. Rare seeds. And this is coming together. The washroom is almost ready to go. If we take a look at the room, it is a +2 washroom. So, yes. You think my storage might be getting full? I think my storage is basically already full. So I would agree with you. I will set up new storage. I'm also going to move the electric grill. I don't know where. I'll put that here. That seems like a fine spot. I don't have slime for mushrooms. That would be a problem, yeah. I wouldn't be able to fertilize them unless I found slime. So maybe that's not even worth voting on. The other things that use CO2 would be... nosh sprouts use carbon dioxide. So I could do a nosh sprout farm. I think... What else do I have to eat here? You don't eat these. Balm lilies are for medicine. And then the pinch of pepper plants are for cooking, but they're not like they're not something you would sustain yourself off of. I think nosh sprouts are probably all of the options that I've found so far, other than the mealwood. So, no, that's not true. I have some bristlebriar seeds here. Hang on. What else? So I have millwood seeds, blossoms, and yeah. So I have a pretty limited. It would be either nosh sprouts or like mealwood, likely. It's the two obvious choices. So is this? Yes, this is all minted and ready to go. Do I have Let's see. Curious if I have any other plants to spruce up my new washroom. Yeah, I have some briars. Cool. So over here, we are going to do a storage bin. A pneumatic door. And coal generation is 600 watts. The basic cables burn out at 1,000. So I really can only have one coal generator without having to go up a tier of power. So I'll just do a single coal genny, 2 jumbo batteries, and this will be my my power grid for now. So that is the satisfying that there. For my washroom, let's get that going. Let's get that minted. So carbon skim using water. Yeah, I guess fungal's really out of the question unless I do find slime somewhere. So I'm not going to even pose that. So if you want me to carbon skim it using water, we're going to have to research that, and that would be... That's the electrolyzer. Do I already have that unlocked? No. Just the algae. Okay, yeah. What am I currently researching anyway? Alright, let's go back to decontamination and get that. I needed the poll a minute early, but oh well. So this storage bin is going to hold coal as a high priority so that I can keep it close to where the generator is and limit the amount of running around that we have to do. So as soon as we get this pipe set up, this bathroom is all set, and then I can break down the old bathroom, which is the wash basins and the outhouses, which require a lot of manual labor. And there we go. This water is probably clean. Yep, it's clean, so it's ready for its dump. So off and on. And then we were going to do a new row of storage bins because I just ran out of space. So there we go. And this ladder can go up, at least to there. Is there a way to make the colony thrive indefinitely? Yes, with space exploration, you can definitely get sort of a infinite colony. My original YouTube play was definitely like a self-sustaining infinite colony. So it's totally possible. Because Once you blast rockets off to space, you gain more resources from space than you spend getting there. So it's a net positive. Plus, there's just a ton of resources. It's you would have to play for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to exploit all the resources on your starting area. So it's not something that you're at risk of doing accidentally. So this old stuff I'm gonna break down. And then this room could convert to something else. Even without space is possible in Regolith. Yeah, but there's only so much you could do with Regolith. I know that you can melt it down, but I wouldn't say that it's like the impacts in space will give you a little bit of metals and filtration medium and some meat every now and then, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's like truly renewable. I wouldn't go that far. Once I have the coal generator up, I'll gauge on how much power I use, and if it makes sense, I'll add a refrigerator at that point. Because obviously I'm browned out right now, as you can see, diagnostic battery dead. That is a constant issue. Long commutes. Yeah, that's fine. And crystal clean water. Perfect. Has anyone used the bathroom yet? So here we are dumping dirty water into this pump here. This is germy water, of course, as well. One of the things that I need to do, and I failed to do it, is a sink here to make sure that people clean themselves as they go to the pump. So let's get this built right away. So the dirty water here is really easy to bridge. We just go like that. Done. And then the clean water, we can bring in... This is starting to get kind of messy. But, whatever. Bring in like that. And we'll build that right away, because I see that Viper is germy and is... I shouldn't be. Stick them behind the sink and clean them up. But it's because once we come to the bottle emptier, that is the origin point of the germs. Oh, and great! Germs are getting all over the mealwood and everything. Yeah, it's one of the problems of cleaning up an old bathroom here is you end up germy as a result. A little bit of food poisoning is not going to kill us as long as we keep the more dangerous stuff out. Why is there just a bleach stone on the floor here? Whatever. Alright, let's flip this around. And we're going to make this coal project slightly higher priority so we can stop going on the hamster wheel. The Pip did it? Is the Pip really guilty? Is that what you're saying? Alright, taking a look at the germiness. Obviously the polluted... Oh, dear lord. 1,600,000. Yeah, the other issue is I need to move this stuff over to a processing area, because there's no more sink here. In fact, I should probably still have a sink over here. I'm just going to put in a wash basin. I should have left that in hindsight. I'm going to put in a wash basin so that when we do the compost, we clean our hands. It will produce dirty water, but not that much that it's going to be a problem. And then this is the new electric grill where we're going to do pickled meals. I don't care if it's grizzly, it keeps very, very well. And we have skills. So Viper leveled up. Viper, you are going to grab plumbing, I think. You're going to be very strong. You can now carry how much? Oh, I'm not. How much can you carry? 1,800 kilograms. Nice. So we do have a deodorizer. I don't have a ton of polluted oxygen around the base, just like little bits of it. I should probably have deodorizer close to where we have polluted water get dumped. But I'm not really sure I'm going to make that like a top priority. The other thing I'm going to need to do is we were running out of fresh water for our systems here. So here we clean our hands when we go back to the base. Got it. So here's our freshwater pump, bringing water to the bathroom. And yeah, this here is CO2. It's not smoke. Just looks smoky-ish, I guess. And we're going to want to start to skim or clean that out, I suppose. But I want to get the coal generator up first, so that I'm not using so much power to do the skimming. Okay. Things don't look so Germany anymore. Is this... Oh, yeah, this needs water delivery. Let's put that to 7. New blueprint. Suit-wearing farming. Super hard digging. Already unlocked, but terrible athletics. Nope. Fall asleep randomly. Nope. Irritable bowel. Nope. All right. Fungal spores, even though we're not going to use it. Rip. I'm almost tempted to just, like, chlorinate this area, but I won't. That's another thing that you could do, is you could keep the polluted dirt in a chlorine area and then have it get cleaned that way. But for now, I'm just going to work on the coal jennies, which is taking a while. I really haven't played the DLC. I played it when it was in beta, and I didn't really care for it, so I didn't buy it. So I can't really answer DLC-related questions, because I just have no time in it. Very little time. I hadn't played it. I played, I don't know, like 10 hours when it was in beta, and then just stopped. This is clean water, which means, yep, the top system's off. Yeah, that's probably enough in the aquifer queued up to go to the bathrooms and the like. And now we'll work on the coal generation and then have you all vote on next project once that's done. $666 kcals. So I'm going to move the compost from where it was down here, now that I'm abandoning this entirely, to up here, which is behind a sink rather than a wash basin. And that's going to be easier to upkeep. But I'm not going to do that until this is done. So I here am going to put only coal in here as a 9. Or, I don't know what. Yeah, 9's fine. And then we'll get the coal generator set up, and we'll have 2 jumbo batteries feeding everything, and that should be good. Once that's built. You can already see all the coal being delivered. This here is a relatively cold area, so the coal generator is not going to immediately have like heat problems. Obviously, it's going to generate heat, but I stuck it in a below freezing biome for a reason. So that will help a bit. And then with that, the coal generator plus the manual generator at 400 watts doesn't exceed the 1000 watt max of the cable, so I can keep both, even though I'm primarily going to use coal. So this manual generator will be a recharge threshold of like 10% for when, you know, the battery's about to drop. And then I'm also going to remove the batteries from down here, which generate heat, and put the heat up here in the jumbo batteries. So here, fuel request at 50% I think is fine. And now we're charging. So let's go ahead and get rid of these batteries ASAP, because we no longer want them. All right, next project. Search for geysers. Clean the CO2. Dig for oil. What else could I build? Build a rec room. Build a park. Nature reserve. Build a rec room. Build a hospital. Or viewer suggestions. All right. Have yourself a vote. I'm going to refund everybody that has suggested something already, so that you didn't spend any channel points. And now that I don't have anyone that needs to run on the wheel constantly, I'm just going to start to queue up random research. Low-hanging fruit research. So let's get textile production. And some beauty stuff. Make sure, no bleach stone. Rust? Does rust out gas? I don't know if rust out gas is, but no bleach stone. No dirt, no polluted dirt. Yep, okay, that's fine. I'm super fair on the channel points. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't need to use them up. Not on my account. Rot, polluted dirt goes in there as a 9. And then this stuff gets broken down. And then there's probably some polluted oxygen in here. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea for us to... I thought we got the research already. Hold on. Did I not get... Oh yeah, I do have deodorizing. So let's get a deodorizer in this spot here. And the other thing I need to do is actually connect my batteries to something, because, yeah, they're not connected. There we go. So now the coal generator is actually generating. Now, the other thing I probably should do is a automation wire. Oh, you know what? These aren't smart batteries. So the problem is that this coal generator is just, like, pumping constantly. So I'm going to get smart batteries now so that we can stop wasting coal. And then work on whatever you... Or also work on whatever else you vote. Chemo. Let's get you more construction. I have some refined metals for that already. This biome actually has just like refined iron and things like that that I could mine up. So we are adding smart batteries and carbon skimming. Copy that. So the carbon skimmer is going to go down here. It uses clean water and then pumps out dirty water. So the input is clean. So if the input is clean, our clean water will go, oops, like this. And then out comes dirty water. This dirty water should be kept separate. And this is the dirty water line, so... done. That is the plumbing for the carbon skimmer. It's also going to require power. Oop. Done. Now we just need to build it. Let's make that a construction priority 6, so it's a little sooner, because we are slowly getting a little inundated with the carbon. It's kind of out overrunning our research stations, as you can see. So it would be wise to have it soon. Put this to a 9, because I really need to turn that off, and we will try to get our breathability up to something sensible, because right now it is really, really low. We also just don't have algae currently, so I will mine up some additional algae. Bloink. Make sure that there's no weird gases. No, it's just oxygen. Okay. Yeah. Algae is going to be a real limiting factor for us, so I'm going to have to move away from producing oxygen with the diffusers sooner than later. Well, that day isn't now. Wow, no one wants to turn this off? Okay. Just run out of coal then. That works. Can't wait until I get smart batteries. Any known geysers? Yes, a leaky oil fissure here. That is all we know about so far. Off and on. All right, morale 16/7. You're very fine. Where's the other ones? Kellyan, you are 16/5. You're perfect. Chemo, you are 15/9. Still fine. No problems on the morale front. Carbon skimmer is actually hard to build because of all the carbon buildup that we have, which is kind of funny. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. And then smart batteries will help out with the not wasting coal, which means that that will produce less heat and all that. Kellyan, let's give you suit wearing. That'll be very useful later on when we go to space. So here we are in the lovely toilets that don't require plunging anymore. And then we sufficiently clean our hands on our way out. I'm not entirely sure how that got food poisoned, but we'll spray. Oh man, like everything's... let me just go all sorts of germaphobe and spray everything. So I do think that once this here, this dirty whatever it is, gets cleaned up. What is the germ source here? Sandstone? No, but it's dying pretty fast because it's in fresh oxygen, or it's in CO2. They love their showers. Showers is a nice de-stressor here, if you're wondering. Showered +3 morale. And then you can see their total morale is in the negatives. Alright, this is going to need coal. Deliver! Got it. So how's this carbon skimmer coming? Most of the plumbing work is done. Just a little bit left. And then the power is done. We just need to build the skimmer itself. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that this is a casual series and I haven't played in quite some time. This series is a result of a weekly poll, which determines what I play. So if there's to be more Oxygen Not Included, I'll have to win in the polls. If you'd like to vote, the best way to do so is to join Discord and sign up for the notifications. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or perhaps an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, duplicants.